What's up, guys? You're listening to Confessions of a Gym Rat, getting you through the 9 to 5 as healthily and happily as possible. If you're watching on YouTube, or if you're just paying close attention and blasting this right now, you'll notice that there's a little jingle jangling going on, and that is because somebody, and it's not me, is not behaving today and is acting in a very needy manner. And I'm talking about Miss Chloe. For a long time, we escaped her. She was a common guest in the beginning episodes with little hints of bark here and there, but she's been good lately. But this morning, somebody decided that at 8 o'clock in the morning, she was gonna bark from downstairs in her crate for no reason. She doesn't normally do this. And she basically has not stopped since then. And she does this thing, literally only with me, where if I'm sitting on a chair or anywhere that she cannot access herself, she'll just stay at my legs, scratching me like furiously until I pick her up and sit her in my lap. And then once she's in my lap, she's fine. So she will be joining us as our little guest today, right? And I swear to God, if you bark, all right, she's sitting down now. But you might hear a little jingle jangles. You might hear little sighs from her, but anyway, though, I do have a jam-packed episode for you guys today. I will say I was supposed to meet Ariana Maddox today. Very exciting. But unfortunately, Ariana has COVID, and my whole plan for this podcast episode was to kind of go through a little bit of my own history, because I have been getting a lot of questions on that since I brought it up during the Britney Spears little bit the other day. And tie it into why I'm such a big fan of Ariana. But unfortunately, we will not be meeting Ariana today, so we'll kind of gloss over that part, and I'll recap that when that actually does happen. But buckle in, because we have a little bit of an emotional journey today, but it's something that I think you guys can benefit from. But before that, I need to tell you guys all of the things that I saw, smelled, heard, experienced this week. And you know what I'm talking about. But before that, I'm gonna make you guys sit a little bit. Let's just go over the Dancing with the Stars finale real quick, because you guys know that I've been very passionate about that this season. It was the first time that 5 couples were in the finale, and I thought it was nice. It was a little tribute to Len. I literally got off the plane Tuesday night, rushed home, and put it on immediately. I was behind. I had it DVR'd. I wanted to watch this shit live. And I gotta say, I don't really know how I feel about the ending. And if you have not watched it, then fast forward a few minutes, because I don't want to spoil anything for you. I just don't think that Xochitl Gomez got more votes than Ariana would, or Charity, because Bachelor Nation always shows up for these people. And I don't know. I mean, it was tough because Xochitl, Jason, Charity, hold on, we gotta adjust ourselves here. Okay, thanks, Chloe. Xochitl, Jason, Ariana, Charity were all phenomenal dancers. They were all basically on the same level as each other. I don't know. And my mom had said it before. She was like, I bet that they're going to say Val, because Val has only won once and Val never wins. And she was right. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical about that, just being the whole votes thing. I just don't think that enough people voted for Xochitl to win. But you know what? I'm happy for her. It was a tough competition. Unfortunately, Ariana placed 3rd, which, I don't know. I think a lot of people on the Bravo team were voting for her, but you know what? Whatever. I don't know. I obviously, like, it wasn't the way that I wanted it to end, but at the end of the day, I mean, Xochitl was a phenomenal dancer. I'm just biased because I wanted Ariana to win, but now I don't really have anything to watch on live TV. I kind of recap on my Salt Lake City the next day, you know, when I'm sitting in bed working. So yeah, I don't know. I was talking about The Last of Us this week with people at the gym, and I was like, that just feels so long ago. Like having scripted television live on TV hasn't I think Succession was the last one that I watched, but I'm rambling now. I just wanted to get my 2 cents out about that. Let's get into what you guys are probably the most excited to listen to this episode, and that is my Jonas Brothers experience. And guys, I just want to say, if you are a hater, you need to grow up and put on some of their music. I'm not going to deny that some of their earlier songs, they're a little screamy. There's some times where Nick's a little screamy. Joe tries to be a little bit too rock, but they were young. Nick was 13 when this all started. He didn't even know he had diabetes when this all started, okay? But their songs are bangers, and seeing them now in their 30s with their mature, experienced voices is a fucking phenomenal show, okay? So let's start from the beginning. I went 2 nights, the 2 nights in Newark. They finished out the North American part of their tour on Saturday at Barclays in Brooklyn, but I went to the 2 Newark shows. On Wednesday, I went with Tamara. We were sitting in section 104 at the Prudential Center, and I'm sure you're not familiar with the Prudential Center layout, but it is directly in the back, and it's like the higher level up, like the mezzanine. But the way that the stage was laid out was they had 2 walkways on the side, and down the middle. So they basically had like a stage center and a stage left and a stage right. And they can kind of walk down those tiny little catwalks, but then they had the whole middle cleared out, and they would walk through the middle to the B stage, which was right in front of my face. And they went to the B stage a lot. And right next to the B stage, which they didn't have this at Yankee Stadium, it was just one stage. Right next to the B stage was where all their family members were. So I saw Danielle, I saw Frankie. It's cool to be able to see them and stuff. And then they go right up to them and they're right in their faces. Anyway, though, where was I getting with this? Okay, so I know what to expect. I've seen this show before. I'm dancing, I'm jumping around. They fly through the first album. They get to a little bit longer. And Joe's like, oh, do you guys mind if we swap out 2 songs from this album? And he like pauses it in my hand. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to sing Jersey? They never sing Jersey, but we're in Jersey. And then he finishes his sentence, goes, with 2 songs that we did from these movies that we did, Camp Rock, and I went embarrassingly ballistic. It was childhood had come back to me. I think the only thing that could have beat that was if I got Zac Efron singing Bet on It in front of my face. Okay? I'd never heard those songs live. I did not get to go to the Jonas Brothers 3D tour, concert thing, whatever. I just saw the movie in the theaters with my grandma. It was electric. It was absolutely electric, and I had such a great image, such a great view of Joe's outfit that night, which was just... It was real good, I'll tell you that much. And he's looking very, very good. I put on my story that night and was like, guys, I just want to tell you, Joe's delts are looking phenomenal. And the amount of insecure men in my DMs being like, get over yourself, he doesn't even lift, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, 1, Joe Jonas doesn't know I even exist, so like, relax. 2, try a little harder to hide your insecurity. 3, don't send me messages like that because I don't care your opinion on Joe Jonas's arms. That's just the way. It's the only way I could say it is I don't care what you think. It only matters what I think in my little rainbow bubble world. And what I think is that they look phenomenal. Okay? But anyway, they have an intermission since it's a pretty long show. They come back from their intermission and Nick starts singing his solo stuff, and I knew that was part of it. You know, I saw him sing Jealous, I saw him sing Chains, but he didn't stop. He said, Jersey, I got a little something special. Excuse me. She just brushed her head against the microphone. Okay. Anyway, he said, Jersey, I got a little something special for you guys today. And he sang This Is Heaven. He sang Levels. I needed that. The only thing that could have been better, and I knew he wouldn't do this, is if he sang Delicious, because that is my favorite song from the Spaceman album. But just to hear 4 Nick Jonas solo songs was great. It was, thank you for that. I had a great time listening to that, and I appreciated it. And then Joe goes on this little rant. Okay, are you getting down from here? Let's put her down. Joe goes on this little rant, and he's like, growing up in Jersey, like as a kid, I always wanted an ice cream flavor named after me, and like we all loved Friendlies. And I'm like, is he talking about Friendlies right now? Like, same, because they have one in my mall, but like, okay. And he's like, one of the things that I wanted the most was to have like a Friendlies ice cream flavor named after me. And then he goes, where's section 104? And that's me. That's me. That's me. I have my phone up and I'm jumping up and down now. The video that I took is, okay, she wants to go out. Okay, go. 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 Do you hear this, guys? You can go. Go. Sorry for the disruption. Oh, now she wants back in. I just need you guys to take a second if you're on YouTube to watch this. Oh my God. Okay. Come on. Bothering me while I'm recording my podcast. You're in timeout. Where was I? Oh, so if you watch the video, it's just me jumping up and down. It's not even on him anymore. Long story short, he gifted my section a free year's worth of fribbles from Friendlies. Will I use them? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, my dermatologist is next to a Friendlies. Fribbles do throw back quite some memories for me. I don't like saying the word, though. It makes me slightly uncomfortable. I wasn't really so much hyped about that. It was more of a, like, 1, I indirectly got something from Joe Jonas. 2, when he was looking at our section, he was like, hi, and, like, acknowledged it. So in my idiotic, delusional mind, I'm like, you know what? He acknowledged my existence. That's an accomplishment. But that was really the highlight of night 1. It was phenomenal, and I was so excited seeing them, like the path that they took, just walking up and down the middle for my night 2, because I knew I had floor seats. And I knew that I was in for something good. What I also loved, though, was the floor actually had seats. And to me, like, I think that it should really always be done that way. Maybe that's just because I have raging anxiety. The problem with, like, pits is, 1, I get a little claustrophobic. So if there's too many people, like, it just freaks me out. It's like being in a club. And then I have to worry about showing up early to get a good spot, people pushing you. That's how fights break out. And I got a pretty good spot when I did that for Dua Lipa, but I was going by myself, and I was like, I really don't want to deal with this. So when I saw that there was actual seats, I was hyped. And, you pay money. It's like, with the pit stuff, I could pay $200, let's say, and somebody pays $400, and they think that they're getting a better seat, and then you show up and it's GA. So it's like, why did you pay more money for that? Okay, she needs to come back up. Come here. You're not behaving. So I was very happy about that, and I was in seat number 3, so I was very close to the walkway that they came down. That was very exciting. So I left the Wednesday show feeling very, very hopeful. Thursday comes around, and by the way, I just gotta say, I was having this conversation with my cousin the other day, and she was probably slightly joking, but I was telling her about the concert, I was showing her videos, and she was like, wait, you went alone? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you went alone to floor seats at the Jonas Brothers? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, dude, don't tell people that. That's so embarrassing. And I was like, what? No, I'm going to tell everybody that because I had a phenomenal time. And quite frankly, I don't think it's embarrassing. And maybe you do. Maybe you're listening to this right now and you're like, dude, that's so lame. Why did you do that? But I don't feel that way. And I was the one who went. So that's all that matters. The way that I see it, is if I only do things when I have somebody to do them with, what am I going to accomplish in life? I don't have many friends. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't have many, I know many people, and I would say I'm friendly with many people, but as far as people that I hang out with and stuff, I don't have many of them. And I'm not really anyone's priority to hang out with, you know? Like, I don't think I'm anyone's best friend. I don't think I'm anyone's first choice. So it can be hard sometimes getting people to do things with you. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go by myself. This is something that I really want. Like, I love them. I want to see them. I want to see them up close. I'll spend the money on it. It was a good deal. I don't think it's embarrassing. I had a phenomenal night, and I would do it all over again. I wasn't the only person that was there alone. I know people that go to concerts alone. I like the music, and they were here in front of, like, in my home state. I wanted to see them. Okay? Oh, now she's biting my hand. This is becoming an issue. I can die a happy woman being as close as I was to them. I will say, it's true what they say about them being short. Excuse me. Okay, you're getting down. They were walking past me, and I was like, geez, Nick does look pretty low to the ground. But Joe, while he did look short, was looking, I think he's looking the best that he's ever looked. At 8 years old, I would tell you, no, that's not possible. How can he look any better than he does right now? But it's true. It's true. And this was the first show that his daughters attended. I don't know what they look like. And there was a bunch of children back there, so I'm not sure if I saw them. Didn't really know what I was looking for, but when Little Bird came on, there were tears down his face. That got me. And so I turned around and I noticed, like, Kevin's daughter, because I was that close that I could see their faces, and I know what Kevin's children looks like. They do this little thing. If you're watching on YouTube, then you can see, but they I guess they have this way of communicating with their kids where they take their hand under their chin and wave their fingers, and the kids do it back. I'm going to stop right there for a moment because that's adorable. And that's something I'll never relate to. Like, imagine your dad is a superstar, and you're waving to your dad in this secret little way. It's something that you guys worked out before. Like, I just think that's the cutest thing. Like, they're probably like, that's my freaking dad. Like, all you people in here are screaming about how much you love these guys, but that's my dad. That's cool as hell. But I got a really good video of Joe doing it to, I assume, his daughters. And the way that he, like, looked at them, like, he kind of gave them a little, like, oh, like, hi, look, and, like, a wink, sent me over the edge. That was probably the best thing I saw all night. In my head, because I don't really see, like, you don't see Joe's child. You barely see Nick's daughter. In my head, they're just not fathers. I don't see it. So, like, in my head, I'm like, no, Joe Jonas is the guy on my wall, and I'm 8 years old, and the year is 2007. He's not a dad. But actually seeing that, like, in the way that he looked at his kids, I was like, that is probably the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life. And what a blessing it is to have been born into this world as the daughter of Joe Jonas. I'm just going to leave that there. A moment for that. He is definitely, I'm a little scared for him, actually, I'll say. Because while this whole divorce thing happened, he was on tour. He had things to do, people to see. He was around his family for the past almost 6 months. I don't know, like, how do you react when you're dealing with something like a divorce and it comes out this week that Sophie Turner has a new boyfriend? Like, that can't feel great. Even though he's the one who filed for divorce, like, that can't feel great. So, I don't know, if I were him, that shit would hit me this week. Reality would sink in. So he's in my thoughts.